Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you is VHS making a studio comeback here on the channel. As you can see with my hat, which I wear constantly on the channel, I'm a fan of VHS. I do still like a good VHS. It does play on my nostalgia. It doesn't. It tugs at my nostalgia every time. I love watching a VHS tape. I really, really do. But also, as a physical media collector, I am very well aware that a DVD, a Blu-ray, and a 4K have a better sound quality and picture, but I've always said collect the physical media format that you like of your favorites, right? But I saw this about VHS here that I'm going to bring up for you guys that hints at a bit of a comeback of it, and I have some thoughts, but I'm going to go ahead and bring this up for you guys. This comes to us from the Physical Media Forever. It is a Twitter account. I believe they're on Instagram and stuff. Sometimes they have good information, sometimes they don't, but it does say I've heard one major studio, maybe two, are going to dip their toe in collectible VHS market in the near future. I'll take that down. Okay, so there you go. As you got to pay attention to the words studios and collectible VHS market. So these studios, the bigger studios, are going to play on the people who collect VHS's nostalgia. That's why I mentioned nostalgia in the beginning. All right, so here's the thing. I have two working VCRs. I have two working VCRs. I watch my VHS tapes. I watch them. If I'm like I've also always said on my channel, if you're going to buy something, watch them, right? That's why I buy them. I'm not buying things just to have on my shelf. And that's what this really feels like to me, especially coming from studios, which we just saw Disney did it, and Disney's a-hole. But Disney did it with Alien Romulus. I have no interest in Alien Romulus. I was never going to buy it. I didn't like the movie. I'm not going to probably own the movie in any physical media format, but what they're doing here is like within the physical media collecting community here, which has become a niche community. It's no longer for the masses. Collecting VHS and collecting 4Ks are truly the niches within the niche, right? Not everybody's collecting 4K, not everybody's collecting VHS. A lot of people that collect VHS are typically horror fans and stuff like that, and genre fans, much like myself, because there's something about the crackle, the quality of the tape and stuff when you're watching an old school horror movie and stuff like that. And so, as you see, specifically, like I just mentioned with Disney did Romulus, that's a genre film. That's a horror sci-fi type movie. So that's who they're playing to. But I don't. I'm on a thing here because, like, I was reading through some of the comments there and everything, and some people are excited for the people who collect VHS. Some are excited. Oh, new VHSs and everything from studios and everything, which is kind of exciting, to be honest with you. It's kind of exciting to see that some studios want to put out brand new VHSs. Who would have ever thought? Honestly, whoever thought? But the problem is here is they're not making new VCRs, right? So many people I read in the comments and the tweet I made about it said, that's cool and all, but what's the point when there's no new VCRs, right? Exactly. The point is these studios are preying on people's nostalgia and collectability so that you will just buy it, leave it wrapped up, set it on your shelf. And then, of course, you'll get the scalpers involved when they release these because these will be limited run. And the scalpers will buy them up in bulk and put them on eBay and drive up the prices even higher. It's insanity. And it kind of sucks. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, I really wish the studios would not get involved with VHSs. I really wish the big studios would not, because as somebody who does collect the VHS and who does like the VHS format, could just every once in a while I'll pop one in. I want to watch it. There are small budget. See, this is my thing, like because I've gotten to the point where it feels like whenever I hear like the masses or studios or corporate, it feels like something I love is going to be skewed and mishandled by corporate entities, and it feels like that. Like I talk about nerd culture and everything, it feels like they're stripping away my nerd culture. But there's so many great low budget independent companies that do VHS releases. There's Lunch Meat VHS, there's Retro Release Video, there's VHS Haven. Full Moon Pictures themselves has released a lot of VHSs of their newer movies and older movies, new VHSs of them. And of course, there's Witter Entertainment, who released the Terrifier movies on VHS, and they managed to even get those in Walmart. And even then, in some cases, a lot of people were buying those at Walmart, which I never got. I never got to buy them because they were sold out quick because that's the way it works. But even then, there were people buying them and just setting them on their shelf in plastic. I personally, I just can't do that. Yes, I am a collector. I love physical media. I love it. I love it. I do. I love it so much. It's a passion of mine. I do love VHS and everything. It's just I cannot buy something and leave it wrapped on my shelf. I just can't do that. And the fact is that even the people that maybe don't collect VHSs, who do collect physical media, or somebody who walks into a store and happens to see a VHS, like, oh, they got the new uh, what's a new movie? What's a new genre film? Because I don't like watch a lot of new stuff. They got the new Minecraft movie on VHS, right? I'm gonna buy that, and then they get it home and they're like, I got the Minecraft movie on VHS right there. You ever watch that VHS? No, then why'd you buy it? Because I got it. It's right there. Isn't that cool? No, not really. To me, no, 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 that's not cool. To me, I like watching what I own. I like opening what I own. I know some people don't like that. I will open VHS. I have bought VHSs, a brand new old like 80s VHS is still wrapped. I've tore the wrapper off of them. Right? I have tore the wrapper off of them. I've watched them. Why? Because I don't give a crap. If I'm going to buy it, I'm going to watch it. I've bought new VHS. I got Full Moon movies. I got the new Quadrant movie from Full Moon Features. I opened it. I watched it. I bought the Barn movies, which were released by Retro Release Videos. I don't know if you guys know the Barn movies, but they're great horror movies set in the 80s and 90s, practical effects, everything, low budget independent horror films. Opened up, watched them. Why? Because that's what I do. That's what I want to do. Same with my big 4Ks, my Trick or Treat big box set. They came in ABC, big box set from Red Shirt Pictures and Synapse, 4K, brand new 1980s Sammy Kerr. Opened it up and watched it. I'm not going to leave it wrapped up and sitting on my shelf. And that's what worries me about these studios. It's much like the whole Steelbook thing going on today, because I know so many people are upset over steelbook only releases, which I get that. I get that, because there are people out there, and then it is a bit of a ding to physical media is when you release something only on VHS or something only on a steelbook 4K, because you're playing to these niche audiences within a niche audience already, and you release that on them, and then the prices skyrocket, and you really and I don't worry. To me, the prices don't bother me, right? Because I've been collecting since I was a kid. So I was paying for like 50, $60 for a VHS back in the day when I was a kid. I was paying, 50, $60 for a DVD when they were news. And then I paid. And the thing with that is, like, to be honest with you, when these physical media formats like VHS came along, it was a niche audience to begin with, right? And then once the video store kicked in and the masses began buying movies and renting movies and stuff, and the quantity became more and the prices came down. They came down to really cheap. And we were lived in it. And what happened is we lived in a long era up until about 2000, I want to say 2006, maybe 2008, where it was, everybody was still buying a lot. And then when streaming came along, screw streaming, it the physical media people that like myself are the ones that are still buying, and so the masses stop buying physical media, so that now there's the prices have gone back up again, right? So that's how I see it. But anyways, I can't get behind this. I love to see VHS return. I would love to see VCRs return. I would love to see physical media have this its heyday amongst so many people. But also, I love the smaller, like independent, like nerd culture. Like, this is my type thing, And that the studio is invading in on this and invading in on like people like Lunch Meat VHS and Retro Release VHS and VHS Haven and all that. It feels wrong, and I'm not going to buy new crappy movies, modern day movies on VHS. I'm just not. I don't want them. They're horrible, and I'm not going to leave them on my shelf. But I would love to see new VCRs being made. I would love to see people who love collecting VHS be able to get their VHSs that they want. But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below, because I know a lot of people that watch this channel, they don't like VHS. I do. I like VHS, but I know a lot of people don't, and they have their thoughts, and they don't want to buy VHS. They don't want to see VHS. But let me know all your thoughts on this. And hey, if you do like my VHS hat, little merchandise shout out here, you can go on my TeePublic, and you can buy a hat similar to mine with the VHS, or a trucker style VHS hat, does help support my channel. But as always, never forget a like or a comment. That really helps out. A view, a like, and a comment really helps out a lot. And please do that for me. And maybe become a channel member if you like what you saw here, because that would also help on my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you like me, hated me, or like this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long wherever you all are. Please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media because it really truly is the superior format now more than ever. Godspeed.